Hi, today I'll be informing you guys that age makes a difference for diabetes. Sex, race, ethnic background, a person's age greatly increases the risk, as well as common risk factors sometimes you don't understand. Are my reasons to inform you about type 2 diabetes. According to Medical News Today, being more than 45 years of age is a risk factor for type 2 diabetes. Being aware, prepared, and informed of this information could be life or death for some people. Knowing this information and being informed about certain risk factors that you wouldn't automatically assume would connect to diabetes could save someone or yourself. Let us learn why with the following points. First, let's discuss sex, race, and ethnic background. According to the CDC, they noted in 1997 to 2011, men were diagnosed 2 years earlier than women were for type 2 diabetes. The ADA also noted that diabetes impacts more of a certain race and ethnic backgrounds more than others. So, for instance, African American male over the age of 45 would be diagnosed 2 years sooner than a white woman of the same age. Now we're going to discuss the person's age greatly increasing their risk. You should be tested every year for type 2 diabetes after the age of 45, just like a woman after the age of 40 gets a mammogram every year with her physical. The rate of diabetes is high in the elderly population, anything 45 and above, but especially over 60 years old. Finally, common risk factors you would not normally consider. You are at a higher risk if a family member that has been diagnosed. For me personally, my dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when he turned 47 years old. So knowing that my dad is a diabetic and researching this information to inform you guys on it for my speech today, just makes me a little more aware that I need to be checked once a year after the age of 45. How I have a higher risk because I do have a immediate family member that was diagnosed with this as well. Depression and anxiety are also a common risk factor. Depression and anxiety are in a whole other mental health bubble. So most people don't include that in a risk factor for having diabetes. Just because you have depression and anxiety, a lot of other health issues can occur because of those things. So that's always something to be really careful about. Being prepared and informed on how sex, race, ethnic background, a person's age, how that greatly increases the risks, as well as a common risk factor sometimes you don't always consider could impact type 2 diabetes diagnosing, not only throughout the country and for other doctors to be able to see who needs what, how many cases there are. Not only that, but for people like us to be informed about a situation like that. I would have never thought type 2 diabetes could be from my anxiety or my depression. So staying informed, as well as keeping your mind open to other possibilities when you go in to a doctor's office, is really important. I couldn't figure out how to connect visual aids for this as well, but underneath of my video will be a chart as well to show you by age the risk factors for type 2 diabetes. Thank you.